Welcome everybody back to Nola Reviews. This is your boy Kels, and today we got to get it back into our movie reviews, man. Get back into this Nola Reviews, the movie talk, all right? And tonight on the list we have Fatal Affair, starring Nia Long and Omar Epps. And also we have Rick and Morty, which is a television series that's been coming on Cartoon Network that I've recently just fell in love with. I'm just gonna put it out there, be honest. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is the shit. But let's start off with Fatal Affair first. Starring Nia Long, Mike Epps, Stephen Bishop, and then he plays Michael, the Nia Long's husband or whatnot. And I'm gonna spoil the shit out of this movie, so if you don't wanna listen to spoilers, you don't like spoilers, please do not listen to this. But come back after you watched it. But yeah, I'm gonna spoil the hell out of it. And it's not a lot to, get excited about, to be honest, as far as spoilers in this movie. But I first started hearing about this movie on the social media, and Netflix started, promoting this movie. Nia Long, I think it was Nia Long's director debut. I think she directed this one. I know for sure she helped produce it, and I want to say she directed this movie. And to be honest with you, I love Nia Long. Nia Long is one of the most finest, sexiest actresses in Hollywood. Always been. I've always had a mad crush on Nia Long. Always. But this movie, Fatal Affair, to be nice about it, this movie is just so predictable. I had a hard time watching it, really, because I knew everything that was going to happen. But look, hey, let's start from the beginning. As soon as the movie come on, Fatal Affair starts. You see like this beginning amateur shot. It seemed very amateurish. And it seemed like it reminded me of that movie Scream. If you remember Scream, you remember the serial killer just killing people, just killing the little couple at the beginning. That's basically what happens in this movie. This movie is just so predictable from the zero credits all the way up to the end of the film. You could predict everything that's going to happen in this movie. Instantly, I knew who Nia Long was. I knew she was married. I knew Omar Epps was going to play the psycho killer stalker dude. They was gonna have some kind of thing. It was just so predictable. It's so plain and not suspenseful at all. It made me nauseous. Like, this movie is it's just, you saw it a million times. You saw this movie hundreds of times. Every movie that comes out, Fatal Attraction, Fatal Affair, it's all the same movie. It's all very predictable. But anyway, back to the movie. So after the little screen segment in the beginning, you see Nia Long. She sees this guy named David, who's played by Omar Epps, who's the stalker, Fatal Attraction boyfriend, whatever. Not boyfriend, but whatever. And it turns out that at the beginning of the movie, which was so fucking predictable, that was his wife or ex-wife and her boyfriend that he killed. It's crazy. So anyway, you get important details like he was this tech giant guy that obviously could hack into everything, because he said he's a hacker, but he's a tech guy also. So it's kind of dicey, but whatever. I could buy it, I guess. And Nia Long is this lawyer. He finds her firm. He's probably stalks the fuck out of her. Finds her firm. And they make this a weird, interesting comment that, I think it was his therapist. David was talking to his therapist and made this comment to his therapist that Deborah, his ex-wife, looks a lot like Nia Long character, Ellie, the girlfriend. And they look nothing alike. Nia Long does not look like the actress, I don't even know her name, that played David's ex-wife at all. Like, it's no similarities at all. They're both black, if you just want to say that. But it's just like, it's just no thought going. You see what just no thought going into this movie. You see what I mean? Just it was just so predictable. It kind of seemed like Neil Long was just like, look, hey, I want to make my movie. I want to make my first movie. I want it to be just a psycho fatal attraction movie. Everybody's just gonna know what's gonna happen in this movie. I'm not gonna hide anything. And it's so bland because Nia Long is so much better than what she portrayed in this movie. Omar Epps is so much better than what he portrayed in his movie, 100 times better. Because I never brought that Omar Epps was like a serial killer, stalker type of dude. I didn't buy that at all. We're talking about GQ and Juice. Love and Basketball, Omar Epps. I can't see him in that role. Look, for the role he had, he did a pretty good job. And I give kudos to Stephen Bishop, the guy that played Marcus. He did a pretty good job, with his role and the dialogue that he had. But it was just, everything was just so predictable in this movie. Now, the one thing that wasn't predictable that I did not like at all was Nia Long's character, Ellie, whatever the fuck her name was. Anyway, she tells David that her husband of 20 years is a complete stranger to her. I would have just, like, that's completely, this is complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. No, your husband of 20 years is a complete stranger to you? I can understand if the love has fallen off or he's changed his ways and, you don't know who he is no more, but he's not going to be a complete stranger after 20 years. You're probably just going to fall out of love with him. A complete stranger though? Really? Look, this movie is predictable. It's not suspenseful at all. You're going to know exactly what's going to happen from it from beginning to end. The beginning of the movie is just like the movie Scream, and you're just not going to buy it at all. I'm sorry. And I want to be so much more supportive of this movie because it's Nia Long, and I'm in love with Nia Long. I have a big ass crush on her, but she just didn't do it for this one. And this is mostly a black film, and I'm trying to be supportive to it. But look, I have to rate it. I have to be just and unbiased. And this movie is just one rating up from bullshit. I will give it bullshit, but it actually have all the actors and actresses in this movie, they tried their hardest. It's just the dialogue and the movie is just written badly and poorly. It's just poorly. Oh yeah, and Estelle is in the movie. Yeah, she plays Neil Long's secretary in the own office. Estelle is actually pretty good until she dies. I gave you spoiler warnings for this movie before I even start talking about it. So anyway, look, final review on Fatal Affair is that it's a movie that you're not going to remember after watching it the first time. You're not going to even want to watch it after the first time. It's a bad movie. I would give it bullshit, but I actually like the actors that's in this movie. So it's a bad movie. You're not going to remember it after the first viewing. You're not going to even watch this again. So don't even bother yourself. All right. That's sorry. No review. Sorry I didn't start off like that, but that is my ranking for Fatal Affair. All right. Now let's just get past that shit because that movie, man, I expected it to be so much better. And, I want to support my people. And it just hurts. It hurts when you get some movie like that. But anyway, let's move on to Rick and Morty. Now, Rick and Morty, as you heard me already speak about, Rick and Morty is genius. It's a television show that comes on Cartoon Network starring this mad scientist, Rick. And he's with his family. He had a daughter 20 years ago. His daughter's name is Beth. It's a Smith family. So you got Rick Sanchez. I'm pretty sure he settled down, had a wife. They showed a little backdrop where he settled down, had a wife 20 years ago. Him and his wife had Beth. Beth becomes a teen mom. actually stays with the guy that knocked off in high school named Jerry, who just he gets clowned out the whole series. And they have Morty and Summer, two kids. Have Summer first. Morty's the Rick's sidekick, basically. So if you're thinking about Rick and Morty, I would compare it to the Boondocks. It's the Boondocks meets Futurama with Back to the Future characters. If that makes any sense to you, the Boondocks with the cussing, but the fun and the comedy. Futurama with the comedy, the lewd behavior, but funny. And of course, Back to the Future without the time travel, nothing like that, but just with the characters, with the two main characters. All right. So Rick and Morty is just this fun, loving ass show. And I got to give credit to the guy that voices Rick Sanchez, Justin Roiland, because he's fucking big time. He's big time. He's great. His voice is just gold, pure gold in this, I'm about to call it a movie, in this show. Rick and Morty is just funny. And the guy that voices Morty, looking for his name. I actually had it before, but it's not showing up. But anyway, it's gonna populate. Dan Harmon versus Morty, and he does a great job also. And these guys dynamic, man. I'm telling you, this show will have you just laughing your ass off. I actually did not start. I started watching it really late. I started watching it on HBO Max. It's on a lot of other streaming services. You know, you're not gonna catch it on Disney Plus or no shit like that. But they actually have season 4 up already. They look like they finished season 4. I'm pretty 100% sure it's done. And I'm still watching. I'm still catching up with it. But so far, this series is just the shit, man. Rick and Morty is just great. A lot of great shows. One of my favorite shows, Pickle Rick. Look it up. Pickle Rick is funny as fuck. I love Evil Morty. They bring in just a cast of characters, cast of people to play in the show. John Oliver was in the show. The legendary Verse Spawn. Keith David plays a president in the show. It's just, Rick and Morty is just so fun and so just interdimensional, different Earths. I mean, it's science mixed with lewd behavior, mixed with cussing, mixed with just fucking fun. So look, and I'm still watching the series. I usually don't rate these shows to after they're completed their whole run, but Rick and Morty just touched my heart. It really did. So I gotta give Rick and Morty the Nola review ranking, and my ranking for Rick and Morty is legendary. It's up there. You see how we went from a bad movie to a legendary show? Yeah, you can't win them all. But Rick and Morty is legendary, all right? But anyway, let me know what you thought about Love Affair, whatever the fuck that name of that movie is, that weird fucking movie. Yeah, I think it's Fatal Affair. Let me know what you thought of Fatal Affair. All right. Also, Rick and Morty. I know you love Rick and Morty. Who doesn't like Rick and Morty? People that haven't seen it before. But let me know what you thought of these two entertainment movies and shows that I've talked about tonight. I haven't really been able to get into the sports segment yet, but we have a lot of sports coming up. The NBA is starting in another 2 weeks. We got the NFL season, baseball season, trying to get this stuff together. So, look, we're going to get on the sports, but the coronavirus is kind of taking me back on the sports tip. But as far as these two movies, let me know what you thought. Let me know what you think about them. Let me know what you thought about them. I give you my rankings. Love the Fatal Affair is a fucking bad, horrible mess, but it's not bullshit. It's one level off for bullshit. Rick and Morty is legendary. It's a great show. Great show. I'm enjoying it, and I'm still on season 4. I haven't even completed the show yet, and the show is still not even at its end. Big ups to Rick and Morty. All right. This has been Nola Reviews. This has been your boy Kel.